The national security law came into effect on the 30th of June. Since then, swift actions have been taken to implement this very important piece of legislation, including, first, establishment of a committee for safeguarding national security of the Hong Kong SAR, which held its first meeting yesterday. I was in the chair of this committee. It was also attended by the National Security Advisor appointed by the central government, Mr. Loh Hui Ling. We have also established specialized enforcement and prosecution departments, respectively, in the Hong Kong Police Force and the Department of Justice. We have also appointed key personnel, including the National Security Committee Secretary General, Mr. K.K. Chan, and the head of the Police National Security Department, Ms. Edwina Lau, as well as the first batch of designated judges at the magistracy level in order to handle a first case of offense brought under the law. We have made relevant implementation rules for the police to use or to carry out the 7 measures in Article 43 of the National Security Law yesterday, which takes effect today. On the part of the central government, they have approved the setting up of the CPG Office for Safeguarding National Security in the Hong Kong SAR, headed by Mr. Zheng Yanxiong, and also the appointment of the National Security Advisor that I have just mentioned. I want to reiterate that this is a very important piece of legislation, and the central government has placed full trust and faith in the Hong Kong SAR. So the Hong Kong SAR government will vigorously implement this law, and I forewarn those radicals not to attempt to violate this law or crossing the red line, because the consequences of breaching this law are very serious. Given this is a piece of national legislation, and the way that this legislation has been enacted is different. It's different from the local legislation, the process. So it is only understandable that people in Hong Kong, they have some concerns, they have some queries about the content of this piece of legislation and also its implementation. So we will do our utmost to explain to the people of Hong Kong what this law is all about. What this law is all about is very simple. It aims to prevent, curb, and punish 4 types of acts and activities that will endanger national security of the country and also, of course, in Hong Kong. It only targets a very small minority of people who breach the law. At the same time, it will protect the overwhelming majority of Hong Kong citizens in exercising their legitimate rights and freedoms. I'm pleased to say that in the last few days, I noticed, you may dispute that, but I noticed that there has been an increasing appreciation of the positive effect of this national security legislation, particularly in restoring stability in Hong Kong, as reflected by some of the market sentiments in recent days. Surely, this is not doom and gloom for Hong Kong. I'm sure with the passage of time and efforts and the facts being laid out, confidence will grow in one country, 2 systems, and in Hong Kong's future.